Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and I'm from Beyond Your Sun Sign. This is your weekly tarot reading for January 17th to January 24th. I should let you guys know, just in case you're forgetting, this is just for the week. So this is minor energy, right? So pulling the Tower card for the week isn't going to be as terrifying as pulling it for the month or for the year, right? So this is minor energy. It's just the energy of the week. You can take it or you can leave it, right? It's about showing you where the building is and saying, this is the track you're on, either veer left or keep going, but buckle up, right? That being said, if you are an Aries, we're starting with you this week, and that is the Queen of Pentacles. So a female earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, will be kind of at the peak of your mind this week for some reason. And that's not to say that it's going to be negative or positive or anything. It could be absolutely neutral, but it's about really looking at your relationship with this feminine earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, this week to find the patterns, to find the lessons, to find the spiritual understanding, spiritual meaning and connection that you have to this person, and to figure out why you're even in this together. You know, the whole point of the Venus retrograde and the Mercury retrograde is to be looking at our relationships and analyzing them. You're like, why is it that she triggers me? Or why is it that there's nothing she could do that would piss me off? There's something there that needs to be analyzed. Look at your relationship with the Queen of Pentacles. What I like to do, my grandmother taught me this. She showed me that you can't see in somebody else what you don't have yourself. So if there's something with this Queen of Pentacles where you're like, damn, she is persistent, you're like, oh, I'm also incredibly persistent. So seeing yourself within her will then allow you to love yourself better, love her a little bit better, and just really open your eyes to the energy that you're emitting to even attract her in, okay? Next up, we have Gemini energy. See, I did it again. I switched up Gemini with Taurus. So I'm going to leave that card for Gemini, but next up we have Taurus energy, and that is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is all about more like an apathy or like a boredom when it comes to moving forward in life. And it's funny because when I look at this card, I notice right here, oh God, right here, doesn't that kind of look like the Taurus glyph? It kind of looks like the Taurus sign there. So this card always reminds me of Taurus energy because you guys have the reputation of being the immovable objects. Like there's this running joke where the first astronaut in space, who's a Taurus, is just an astronaut on a couch watching TV on the moon. So that's kind of like the running joke with the Taurus energy, that it's so fixed or stubborn, which I really hate to use that term. It's so fixed and stubborn that there's really not much movement, but that's actually not the case. When it comes to Taurus energy, there is movement. It's the bull, but it's having to be enticed. It's having to have that red flag that says, come on, bull, come on, charge at me. And then there's no stopping that Taurus energy. It's a bull in a china shop, right? It's just, it goes and it has that staying power. So it's more so about realizing that just this week, you're the immovable object. You are not moving, and that's okay. But something is, a red flag is trying to get you to move. It is trying to get your attention. And hopefully next week, you have more stamina, more energy, and more care to even notice it. But as of right now, there is something that's flapping, being like, okay, come on, Taurus, let's go. Let's move. All right, next up, we have Gemini. So this is the second time that I did this just this week where I put you guys in the Taurus position. So if I were you, I'd be looking at some Tauruses in your life, especially Taurus energy in your past, and really questioning where you lost yourself in that Taurus energy, right? Because like I was just saying with the Taurus energy, it's very fixed, whereas Gemini is very mutable. So you're more pliable, you're more adaptable. And when you're adapting to fixed energy, it will change you to an extent. Maybe you're more docile, more grounded, which is nice, but it's not your authentic self. That being said, the Gemini energy this week is the Sun card. So the sun is shining on you, okay? And that can be a very excellent thing for some people, but for other people who prefer to be in the shade, who have more like 12th house planets, or just feel more comfortable not being in the limelight, not being in the spotlight, it might feel a little ick. So you need to question, as of right now when you're watching this, The spotlight is on you. The sun is shining on you. Are you going to step into the shade, or are you just going to put on your sunblock and really get the rays coming in? This week, the sun is on you. Act accordingly. Either do the dance with the spotlight on you or start to fade back into the shade. But I'm really pushing you guys onto stage. It reminds me of Lady Gaga in that in the Shallow music video, where it's like, okay, you've got a split second. Like, are you coming on stage, or are you going to regret this for the rest of your life? And it's that split section of just like, I'm going for it. So that is your opportunity this week. Spotlight is on you. Are you going to go for it, or is this going to be something that you regret in old age? No pressure, right? Minor energy, minor energy. All right, next up we have Cancer, and that is the Queen of Cups. So a female water sign like yourself, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You know, this person is incredibly linked to your subconscious. You're either seeing them in your dreams, maybe they're in your physical space right now, maybe they've passed on and you feel them energetically. But this female water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, is really prevalent in your life right now to show you that no matter how high you jump, no matter how far the drop is, she will always in some way be that soft landing. She will always be that blanket. She's more of a balloon where when you think about it, you fall onto her and she'll slowly deflate. So keep that in mind, that the higher you get up, the more pressure you're going to put on her, and that can slowly deflate her. But she will always be there, positively, optimistically there to catch you when it comes to how high you want to fall, how high you want to jump. So this week is just remembering that, honoring that, and embracing that. All right, next up we have Leo energy. I don't know what's going on with you guys. We have the Hermit card, which is really about, of course, like isolation and spending some time alone. So I don't know if maybe the conflict and the strife that's been happening recently has turned you inward, where now it's more about a week to just go inward and relax and just put something to an end and just be done with it, complete that cycle, and just feel more relaxed within your own energy. You know, like even cats sleep majority of the day. So this is really a week of rest. If you can take that time off work, use up your sick days, use up your personal mental health days, and just give yourself relaxation, because you are exhausted. And it gets to a point where when the body is exhausted, but you keep pushing, eventually it'll just break down and be like, all right, you're not going to stop. I'm going to stop you for you. So the Hermit card is putting the brakes there, giving you an opportunity as of right now to pump the brakes and give yourself that rest. But if you don't take it, we'll see how that turns up in the long run. All right, next up we have Virgo energy, and we have the Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups is all about emotional confusion, right? And I was just doing this with my class. The card that the cup that you're most drawn to is the confusion that you're suffering from, the source of the confusion. There we go. I'm just trying to get it focused. Oh, God. It's annoying. Okay, there we go. So we have this card focused, and you want to figure out which cup you're most drawn to, and then that'll give you the source of your emotional confusion right now. So if it's this one, you know, it's really about your appearance and how people are viewing you. This one right here is a general confusion, so really having to meditate to find the source of that. If it's a snake, it's emotional confusion stemming from some sort of betrayal in the past. If it's this is a mountain, or like a castle on a mountain, so that's your foundation. So emotional confusion about your sense of security when it comes to your home and foundation. Then this one is just, you know, not having that abundance mindset, and that's causing a lot of emotional confusions. This one is integrity, this wreath here that has a skull in the cup. So integrity and transforming yourself through that integrity. And then we have the dragon, which is really about transformations as well, right? Like being that fire-breathing dragon, being that mythical source. So a lot of emotional confusion. You're left in the shadows about something in particular, and the source of it is identified through the cup that you're most attracted to this week. So then doing what you can to meditate on it, be like, this is caused from just a fear of how I'm being perceived, or it's being caused by, you know, that betrayal that happened to me in the past. And now it's coming back up this week, especially with Mercury and Venus in retrograde. And Mercury is your ruling planet. It's coming back up to show me, oh my God, I haven't cleared that. I haven't focused on that lack of integrity I had back when I was 6 years old. I haven't focused on and cleared my lack money mindset, or, you know, my insecurities when it comes to my childhood and my home life. So this week is a really profound week for the Virgo, not just because of Mercury retrograde, but also because of that emotional confusion. Confusion is where we learn, right? And that's where we grow. So you know where to reach me if you need any help with that. I'm here for you guys. All right, Libra, you guys are the only cards with it face down. So you guys are the only ones that are still on the train of, I'm not looking at it. Everything is beautiful and perfect in my world. I have my balance. I'm not looking at what's going on subconsciously, but I'm going to show you guys what's going on. And it's the 10 of Cups. This is such an interesting card to pull for the Libra, because this is really all that you guys want, but it's more so about that partnership, right? It's the partnership. It's being able to relate. It's making sure that everybody is in complete happiness, harmony. They're balanced. They're feeling great. A Libra has to feel balanced in every area of their lives in order to feel like this. So this is funny because a lot of the times Libras don't even recognize how balanced and perfect their lives are, because they're still searching. They're still looking for something to tip the scales. They're always looking and placing judgments on things that tip the scales so that they can rebalance themselves, right? It's their purpose in life. So of course, they're always going to be looking for those little things that tip it and they attract it in, right? So they could have a beautiful, perfect marriage and relationship, and oh my God, why am I fantasizing about the subway worker? You know, what am I doing? Don't I love my partner? Like things like that. It's really just to tip the scales a little bit so that they have to recalibrate, so that they have to rebalance. So subconsciously this week, you're going to see that everything that you wanted when it comes to partnership and family is really, really beautiful and great and happy and fulfilling. But don't search for tippings of the scale just to remind you of that. You just need to remind yourself by opening your eyes and looking at it. Find another way to tip the scales of justice, you know, be a crusader for the underdog in another area, as opposed to trying to find a way in your life where you have to find that justice and create that balance. All right, Scorpio energy is the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is saying that there is an opportunity within your subconscious, within your childhood from your past, to forgive and forget, right? And that is humongous. That is huge. You are given, like I said at the beginning, minor energy. This is a very rare, very small window of opportunity to forgive and forget. I was just talking with Scorpio about karma and reincarnation. You have no idea that the person who betrayed you or hurt you or abandoned you or did something that pissed you off could be them just trying to settle the score from a past life. So if it's even something as intense as abandonment issues, that's probably because in a past life, you were the one to abandon them and you're just clearing that karma. So everything is balancing itself out. And this week you have an opportunity to forgive and forget, which is incredibly rare for that Scorpio energy. Please take it and do what you can. Write the letter to the person, burn it, flush it down the toilet, light a candle. And once that candle is burnt down naturally on its own, you'll tell yourself, this is over, this is done, I'm forgiven, I'm forgetting, and I'm moving forward, whoever that person may be. All right, next up we have Sagittarius energy. And you guys are really like, what's going on? It seems like every week it's some sort of, you know, so this is the 10 of Swords, which is, of course, just feeling very pinned down, feeling very trapped, feeling very like pressure put upon. It's really just your thoughts though, right? Because the Swords represents our thoughts. So there's something that you're consistently thinking of, and maybe it is on record that you're not even noticing that you keep thinking about it and it's just spinning round and round and round. This thought that if you could just recognize it, you'd be like, oh, okay, let me just really give some time to think about it and then release it. Like I'm going to analyze it fully and then I'll release it fully as well. Because you guys are feeling super pinned down. Like even as I'm doing this reading, I'm starting to feel like more drained. So I'm going to move on, but I love you guys and you know where to reach me if you need help. All right. So after Sagittarius, we have Capricorn, and Capricorn, you guys are focused on a page of swords. So a young Libra, Aquarius, Gemini will be giving you some sort of message this week, some sort of, not an announcement, but some sort of message comes in. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been hearing like ringing in my ears, or like almost like it's like a frequency. Like it's like, I can't really explain it, but it's almost like I'm dialing in, where it's like like it's a weird thing. I'm not sure if you guys are experiencing it as well, but when this young air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, gives you this message, it'll be like you're tuning into something. You'll just only hear that. It's like everything else will drown out, and you'll only hear that. Write it down because it will be important in the future. Another way that our body gives us a signal or a sign that something is important is through a sneeze. Like if somebody says something, even on the radio, and you sneeze and you're not sick, and it's a one-off, write it down, the last thing that you heard, because it is something important that will come back up later. Also a shiver. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'll shiver, and that's confirmation, yes, or a sign that you need to really remember what was happening in that moment. All right, next up, we have Aquarius, and it's the Justice card. So justice being served this week. Keep in mind, it's minor. So a minor karma coming back, a minor justice being served during this Mercury retrograde season, Venus retrograde. It could even be something as simple as seeing an ex get their karma or get their justice that you feel is deserved. It could even just be, you know, somebody reaching back out to you and you getting that apology or that recognition that you felt that you never were ever going to get. So karma is being served this week in a very minor way. Keep stock, look around, and then you want to transmute that energy and actually utilize it and say, okay, if I can accept that karma is being served going forward, I don't need to be a vigilante when it comes to serving karma. I can just wait for it to clear itself out, which it eventually will. And I'm seeing that this week. All right, Pisces, you are up next. You guys have 3 cards. You guys always make me work just a little bit harder. We have 3 cards here. We have the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. So a plan that you've made is changing the way you think about your responsibilities this week, okay? A plan that you put a lot of stock into, a lot of time and effort into. Now you're changing your mind because it's a lot of responsibility. There's no shame in changing your mind, right? Like the Pisces energy is just as enigmatic as Scorpio. It's just as mutable as Gemini. You can change your mind. You can go with the flow, even if it feels like you have opposition from fire signs or cardinal signs or whomever, or earth signs. You feel like you have that opposition, all the more reason to go with what feels right to you, because at the end of the day, the responsibility is on your shoulders. So screw them, right? Unless they're willing to take on 100% of the responsibilities, which there's no way that they even could because it's so personal to you, screw them. Change your mind about all the work that this plan entails and make that adjustment, okay? And wait until next week to see how the energy plays out. Okay, so as always, if you would like a personalized reading, you can find me on Instagram or email me directly, beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com, or on Instagram @beyondyoursunsign. Love you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.